Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. And today we're going to learn something called recursion. So what is a recursion, right? So we'll understand what is recursion. So before looking at any code, okay, tell me first one thing, okay? So if I ask you what is the uh, 4 factorial, right? So what is 4 factorial? 4 factorial is nothing but it's 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, right? Which is written in maths, right? Exactly. Now notice something. To find 4 factorial, you need what do you need it? You need to find the 4 factorial. You need 4 into 3 factorial. Okay, 4 into 3 factorial. And if you need 3 factorial, what do you need? Sorry. Uh, yeah, I think yeah, fine. If you need 3 factorial, what do you need? 3 into 2 factorial, right? And what is 2 factorial? 2 factorial is nothing but 2 into 1 factorial, right? So the problem keeps repeating itself in a smaller form. The idea is a problem that calls a smaller version of itself is exactly what a recursion is. Okay, so what is recursion? Recursion is nothing but recursion is nothing but a function which is calling itself. It's called a recursion. Okay, a function calling itself is called as a recursion. Okay, now let's take an example. Okay, now let's look at this code. So what is this code? What is the sample code? What do we have here? We have written a factorial method. We're passing one variable. Okay, and if n is equals to 0, so if you don't provide this, what will happen? I'll explain. Okay, let's code this. Okay, give me a second. Let's code this. Fine. So what happens? So let's code this. So I say recursion, fine. Recursion example or recursion, right? We can say Fibonacci or it's not Fibonacci. We are trying to say Fibonacci, right? So we're trying to write Fibonacci. It can be anything, right? So we can give anything. Fibonacci. Okay. Now fine. So what are we trying to find? We are trying to learn something called a Fibonacci series using or a recursion using a Fibonacci, right? So if you just type this, just give me a second. Fine. So you're trying to find a factorial, right? Factorial of 4, whatever we learned earlier. Okay, so this should give us, so ideally what is the 4 factorial? 4 factorial is 24. Okay, what, how does it happen? Well, let's see. Okay, factorial. So how do you write? You just hover this method and it will create the static method for us. Okay, static method. Now what are we going to do is, so if n is equals to 0 or n double equals to 0 or I, okay, in our case it is I, we can call it as n here. Okay, so the number which we are trying to pass, so in this case we are passing 4. Okay, if n is equals to 0 or n is equals to 1, let's say let's n equals to 0 only. Okay, we want to return 1. Okay, now what are you going to do? Otherwise you return, what are you going to return? N into factorial of n minus 1. That's what we have seen earlier here, right? What we saw here, we saw that n into n minus 1 factorial, right? That is what we have seen here, right? So n into factorial of n minus 1. Okay, So if you just try to run this, okay, we'll try to run this. Okay, we try to debug this, or just try to run first, and we'll see what happens here. So the value, if you don't, what happens if you don't provide this value? We'll see that also. So this is the base case. Okay, so when you don't provide any base case, what happens? Let's see that. If you don't provide any base case, what will happen is it will throw stack overflow error. And this is one of the most important interview question. People might ask you, what is stack overflow error? When does you see stack overflow error? So what happens in this case is, okay, so first of all, it is factorial of 4. Okay, factorial of 4 will be, uh, let me try to take this example here. So what will happen is, first of all, factorial of 4. Factorial of 4 is nothing but factorial of 3. What is factorial of 3? Factorial of 3 is nothing but factorial of, 3 into 2, right? So 2. So what is factorial of 2? Factorial of 2 is, it will again go inside that, and 2 into factorial of 1. What is factorial of 1? So factorial of 1 is 1. So, so I'll try to show you here. So just now we saw rises, right? So factorial of 4 is nothing but 4 into 3 factorial. What is 3? What is factorial of 3 factorial? So it will call try to this way. So for example, now we said 4, right? So 4 into factorial of 3 minus 1. 3 minus 1, what again it will call factorial of 3 minus 1. What is factorial of 3 factorial of 3? Is it n is equals to 0? No, right? So it will come again here. It will come here. 3 into factorial of 3 minus 1 is 2, right? So factorial of 2. Again, a function is called itself. A function is called again here. So n is equals to 0. Is n equals to 0? No. N is 2, right? So 2 into factorial of 1 minus 1. 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. So it is called again here. It calls again the same, a function calling itself, right? Function is calling again itself. So n is 1 here. 1 into factorial of 1 minus 1. What is factorial of, okay, 1 minus 1 is 0, right? What is factorial of 0? Factorial of 0 is, what are we doing? We are saying 1. So it will say 1 into 1, right? So I'll try to show you this. This actually, I'll try to show you this picture arithmetically. What I mean to say is, so if I say, so let me take one better thing. Yeah, this one. So if you check, we are trying to check something to factorial of 4. Okay, if I just print it here, if you click on this, so what is the n? I passed n. Is n 0? 4 equals to 0, which is false, right? So it will check 4 into factorial of n minus 1, that is 3. So that method is called again, n is 3 now, is, which is false, right? So 3 into factorial of 3 minus 1 is 2. Again the same method is called again. So 2 is equals to 0, which is false. So 2 into factorial of 2 minus 1, 1. Right? Now 2 is equals to, right? 2, it has come 1 here. 1 into, now it has 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So it will, in this case, n is 0, yes. So it will go inside that and it will return 1. Right? 1 into 1. This is success now. Right? Now, now 2 into 1. Factorial of 1 is 1. Right? Now factorial of 2. This is factorial of 2. Factorial of 2 is 2. Right? 3 into 2. 3 2s are 6. Right? Now factorial of 4. 4 into 3 factorial. 3 by 6. Right? 4 2s are 4 6 are 24. This value will be written into the UI. Right? So that's where you run this. So what happened? What happened here? Factorial of 4. So let's try to run it again. What happened here? Why does it saying, Why is it saying 4 factorial is 3 here? What is 3 factorial then? What is 5 factorial? 5 factorial should be 120, right? So it should come as 120. What am I writing here? I'm directly writing factorial of 5, right? So what is happening here? Let's debug. Okay, let's debug what is happening. Why this is printing? Maybe one second. Okay, did not saved in a proper thing, or one second. Why linear search is coming here? Static void main. What happened to this? Why? Okay, let me take the same code to Java compiler here. Leave that. So just take a Java compiler. So you just paste it here. If you check, factorial of 5 it will be 120. Okay, what is we getting? Main method not found in class main. What happened here? Public static void main. Oh, got it. I just missed string. Okay, that's the reason why. Okay, fine. So if you don't provide string args, right? It is, so JVM won't consider that as. That's why it is enabled now. Okay. Now if you just run this, okay, this is taking time. Leave it. So we'll just go to the browser here, and if you run this now, right? So it will be 120. So if I give 4, it will be 24, right? 4 factorial is 24, right? So if I just give 3, it will be 6. 3 factorial is 6, right? So that's all. First of all, if let's take a small example here. So if factorial of 3 is 3 is equals to 0, no. So 3 into 2 factorial. So 2, I mean 3 minus 1, 2 factorial. So the main, again this same method is called. So 2 is equals to 0, which is wrong. So 2 into factorial of 2 minus 1, right? So what happened? What will happen? 2 minus 1 is 1, right? Factorial of 1 is 1 equals to 0? No, right? I mean, it's not that, right? So now again, it will not go inside this. 1 into factorial of 1 minus 1 is 0, right? Factorial of 0 is what? Factorial of 0 is 1, right? So 1 into 1, this will become, give me 1, and then backslash, it will come back. It will come in a back way. Then, and earlier was 2 into factorial of this, right? Factorial of 1 was 1, right? So 2 into 1, 1, and then 3 factorial, 3 into that factorial of 2. Factorial of 2 is 2, right? So 2, 3 2s are 6. So 6 will be returned to the UI. Okay. So similar way, what we'll do is we'll try to learn the binary search recursion problem. So earlier we have seen, in the previous video, we have seen the recursive, I mean, we have seen an iterative way of writing the binary search. So in this video, we'll see how to write the same binary search in a recursive. If somebody asks you to write binary search using the recursion, right? So you can explain them this the same thing. Okay. So binary search recursion, right? So just okay. So we'll do one thing. This is taking more time. Let's try to code in the browser itself. So what we'll do is, this is factorial of this, right? So if I just need to give you, give me a second. What happened? Okay, leave it. So what we'll try to do, we'll try to write binary search. Okay, so let's take an array. Okay, we have already seen what is binary search, right? So binary search is nothing but it's a where you will try to first find out the middle element, right? So it's a uh, finding the key, or or searching the element uh, in a sorted order, or in a ascending order, right? So for example, if I say 3 comma 5 comma 10 comma 20 comma 50, okay, so you're trying to search for a key called, okay, now you're trying to search for a key called, search key is 50. Okay, you're trying to search for a 50, right? So you're trying to search for a key 50. So what do you'll do here? So I'll try to initially give the L equals to 0, and I say int, so R is nothing but array dot length, okay, minus 1. Okay, so what I will do here, I'll try to say int mm, uh, key found. Okay, key found is equals to, so what I'll do is, now this is binary search, right? So what we'll do here, we'll say binary search, what happened, binary search. Okay, so just say binary search of, you have to pass the array. Okay, and then one second, so you have to pass the array, right? And you have to pass the lower value, and you have to pass the R value, and whatever the search key. So let me take it as uh, okay, let's just take the same thing. Okay, fine. So if key is not found, we'll say key found, or what do you say, it will return true, right, boolean. Or let's take with the exam, let's, if key found is equals to -1, you say system dot out dot println key not found. Okay, else key is found, right? Else key is found at what index? So we are passing the index, right? Key, this is the index, right? So let's say this is an index only. Okay, so key is found at index, so we'll say index, right? So now this is the binary search, right? So let's take this same thing, binary search, and we have to pass, so this is an array, right? So int array, let's take this bottom. Okay, so int array, and then what is the next thing, low, high, and the search key. Okay, now, so what are we going to do here? So what is the base condition you are writing here? Base condition is nothing but till the high is greater than or equals to L, and low, okay, low is greater than or equals to array dot length, or array. low is less than or equals to array dot length minus 1. Okay, why, I'll tell you why this one. Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. We'll dig that why we are writing this condition. Okay, if something wrong, we'll correct that. Okay, now what will happen? So so you have here, you have to find out mid element, right? So mid element, mid equals to, so what are you going to do here? Mid is nothing but low plus high minus low by 2, right? So what we will get here? So here 1 2 3 4 5. So what is low? Low is 0 in this case, 0 plus high is array dot length 0 1 2 3 4, right? 4, uh, let's take the entire array or array dot 4, right? So let's take 4 here. Okay, let's see. Fine. So array dot length, right? It is 4 0 1 2 3 4. So 4 here, right? So 4 minus 0 by 2. What will happen? So mid will come as 2, right? Mid will come as 2. So 0 1 2. The mid element is 10 here. If array of mid is equals to the key, okay, you will return the mid itself. Okay, fine. Else, if this is not that, what will happen now? If array of mid is less than the key, okay, what you will do is you will again do a binary search. Okay, you will call binary search, same method. In this case, you will pass the array, comma. In this, now what will happen? Low. So low is nothing but, it is nothing but what? So mid minus 1, or low will stay as same. Low will stay as same. Here high will become as mid minus 1. Okay, it will remain as same because array of mid is less than the key, right? Array of mid is less than the key. So what is array of mid? Array of mid is, for example, in this case, array of 2. Array of 2 is, array of, what is array of 2? Array of 2 is 10, right? Array of 2 is 10. Is what is key here? Okay, let's take this way. 10 is less than the key. Is 10 is less than the 20? What are we trying to search? If 10 is less than 50, then L will stay as same. Mid minus 1. So mid, so I mean high value will make it as mid minus 1. Then you will pass the key. Okay. Okay. If okay, we'll try to write it inside a bracket. If array of mid is greater than the key, okay, same thing. Okay, so you're calling the same method. In this case, array of mid, you will pass the same array. L will become what? L will become, L will become mid plus 1, and this will remain as same R. Okay, this will remain as same. You will say return this. Okay, directly uh, return. Okay, at the end, if nothing is found, you say return minus 1, right? So if you just check the logic, if we made something, just try to check the logic here. So we did not missed anything here. Let's try to debug this. Okay, let's try to debug. Okay, so what is the 50th key here? 50th key is at the fourth row, right? So what will happen? Let's check. It's saying that illegal start of minus 1. Okay, I did not give semicolon here. And line number 40, it says illegal start of type. Illegal start of type. What happened here? Mm, this is same thing here, and what is it say? Let's check it again. It says any error. Interface classes. Maybe did we miss any uh, closing parenthesis or something? Okay. So what we'll do is, one second. We'll try to copy the same thing here to the uh, this one. What happened? Let's check it here. So this is closed here. So this should be return inside this. Okay. And I think these two are additionally added. Did we closed these two things? Okay, let's do this inside the flow. Okay, and what happened? Well, this is nothing but low, right? So I was saying this, and one second, I think happened to this. Okay, let's take this. So this indexing, let's correct it. Let's just correct it. And what happened to this? It says uh, cannot resolve string. Okay, maybe it says what happened to this index, right? Just say index. Does it print? Key found colon. What it is saying here? Cannot resolve print into comma. Fine. We'll see. We'll see about this. Just give a couple of minutes there. Okay. So this is slow, and this is high. Okay. So key found, and let's remove this for now. See. Okay. There's some problem with this index. Okay. So I think if you just run this, so maybe the class name and these are not matching. It might fail there also. So I'll do one thing. I'll copy the same to the browser and try to run and check what is happening. So you got the index here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say if I say 20, right? So it is at index 3. Key not found. Why did it say key did not found? Let's see. Why did it say key did not found? Okay. So did we miss anything? So search key is 20. So did we miss anything in the uh, length minus 1, right? Why it says so? If we give 10, is it 10 same thing? Key not found. Index minus 1. Okay. Why does it say like that? Let's see. Okay. Mm, first of all, let's try to So if I have to debug this, let's do debugging here. Okay. So if I just say 10, why does it say in that way? Let's debug that. Okay. So this is taking more time, yeah. So we have to debug this. So hi, I just gone through this via code here, and I just found that we have done two mistakes. One mistake is that we did not place the brackets here. Okay, that is one thing. And the next thing is, what is the other mistake we have done here is, so this, we are searching array of mid is less than the key, right? So it means that 10 is less than the key. It means that our key is it is greater, right? So we are trying to search in the left side, right? So when you're trying to search in the left side, so this will become mid plus 1. Okay, and this will remain as same. Okay, now in this case, this will remain as same, and high will become as mid minus 1. Okay, now if you just search for that, okay, let me remove this, or let me comment it. So what happened? I'm saying it as R, right? It is actually high. Okay, this is also low. Okay, so if you check, now we're trying to search for 10, right? So 10 is nothing but key, this one, right? So just what changes we made here. The first change is that we missed to add the brackets here, and the next thing is that we, if you're trying to search, so for example, if your key is towards left, right? If your key is towards left, so mid will become mid minus 1. You're trying to search in left side only, right? So mid will become mid minus 1, in that case 5, right? And your low will become 0 0. You're trying to search between these two things. If your key which is towards right side, right, so then your mid will become mid plus 1, right side. You're trying to move towards right side, right? So in that case, you're trying to increase it. You're trying to increase, I mean, increase your key, right? So if you're, see, it's simple funda. The simple funda is, if the key is towards left, it will become mid minus 1. Okay, I mean that high will become mid minus 1. Okay, if you're trying to search towards right side, right, so in that case, I mean, your low will become mid minus 1, mid plus 1. Okay, if I try to say in this way, 3 comma 5 comma 10 comma 20 comma 50, right? Now in this case, you're trying to search for the 50, right? 50 in the sense, so mid is what? Mid is 10. Mid is 10. So and our key which you are trying to search is 50. Is 10 greater than 50 or 10 less than 50? 10 is greater than, 10 is less than 50, right? So if 10 is less than 50, earlier our mid, what we should do? So earlier our low was 0, low was 0, right? Initially our low was 0, and high was array dot length minus 1, right? Array dot length minus 1 is array is 4. This is 4, right? So array is 0 1 2 3 4 5, array dot length minus 1, which will become 4. So high is 4. Okay, now it went inside this 0. I mean, our high 4 is greater than 0. Yes. And low is nothing but, low is 0 is less than or equals to array dot length minus 1. Yes. Okay. Now mid will become low plus high minus low plus 2. Low is 0. 0 plus 4 minus 0 by 2, which is 2. Right? So mid is 2. So if array of mid is key, directly you're going to return the mid. Okay. But if array of mid is less than the key, is array of mid, array, what is array of mid? Array mid is 2. Array of mid is what? Array of mid is 2. Array of mid is 10. Right? So is 10 less than the 50? No. In that case, what are we going to do? 10 is less than, so 10 is less than 50, right? It is true. Yes. So in that case, our low will become mid plus 1. Mid plus 1. And you will not change the high. High value will remain same. Okay. Similarly, if array of mid is greater than the key, okay, if it means that it is towards the right side, right? Array of mid is greater than the key, right? In that case, what will happen in that case? Your low will remain same. Okay, mid will become mid minus 1. It means that you're trying to towards search towards left side, right? In this case, you're trying to search first towards right of the array right of the mid. In this case, you're trying to search towards the left of the array, right? I think code is clear, right? I think it's not that complicated, right? So you just need to remember one funda. The key which you're trying to search is towards right. In that case, mid plus 1 high. And if you're trying to search towards left, it will become array of mid minus this. Okay, I hope this concept of recursion is clear. So what are we trying to do here? Until that key is found, you're trying to call the same method. I guess this, and the complexity of this binary search is O log n. Okay, O of log n, because at each and every time you're trying to decrease the array size, right? So first of all, it was n, right? It was n. Then what we made, we divided by 2, n by 2, right? And then n by 4, right? So you're trying to divide, right? So this will become log n. Okay, the time complexity, the worst case is of log n for the binary search. I hope this concept is clear for you. The next topic, we'll try to cover the stacks using the arrays as well as linked list. So first we'll learn what is linked list, and then we'll see stack using the array